So in today's session, we'll talk about profiles. So basically, profiles deals with the basic permission of a specific user. Okay, basic permission means we used to call CRUD permission. So CRUD means nothing but create, read, edit, and delete. Okay, that is called CRUD permissions. Okay, so we'll directly create one profile. We'll see how we can use it. Okay, we can explore so many things in profiles. So let's search for profile. Okay, so by default here you can see there are so many profiles given by Salesforce. So these are all called as standard profiles. Okay, so by default they itself design some profile and they have given it. So if we want to use it, yes, we can use it. Okay, so to understand about profile, we will create one new profile and we'll see how to create and how to enable access, how to remove access. We'll see all the options. So click on new profile. Okay. For profile, you cannot create something new. Okay. You need to take any one existing profile and you need to customize it based on your requirements. Okay. I'll directly take system admin profile. Okay. From system admin, I'll customize it. Okay. What we can take is suppose say that I have a requirement. Okay. So I have so many system admins in my company. Okay. Under system admin, I need to create some associates. Okay. Those are all called associate system admin. Okay. Their work is exactly like admin. Okay. Their work is similar to admin. Okay. But with some restrictions. So that is why I have cloned the system admin profile and I'm going to create a profile called associate. Okay, associate system admin with some restrictions. So name the file, name the profile, save it. The moment you save, you can see there is one new profile got created. Okay, so now there are lot many stories with the profile. Okay, so we'll just go through one by one. So you need to have patience to listen this profile. Okay, so the first one with the profiles, we can deal with page layouts. Okay, what are the things that we can do with profiles? That we'll see one by one. First one is we can deal with profiles. Okay, second one, if you come down, so how we can deal with profiles? Example, so they are given some standard object layouts. As you know, when we are working with profiles, okay, we have worked with this one, right? This one. So these two, these are custom object page layouts. So if you click on view assignment, okay, so here you can clearly see for which profile, which layout got assigned, right? Here, this is the master candidate layout, okay. And for system admin or accountant record type, we have accountant layout. For contact record type, we have trainer layout, okay. Um, So for system admin, if you want to change it, you need to click on this. Okay. And for any profile, if you want to change it, you just need to select and you need to change it like this. Okay. So in case for specific profile, if you want to do any um, layout assignments for the specific profile, we can do it here. Okay, this is the first thing, first advantage. And second one is we can change the field level security. Okay, so we can change the field level security. So field level security, what is that? Suppose say that we have our candidate object or trainer object or standard object, anything you can take. Okay, here you can see for this specific profile. Okay, if you take candidate object, um, this profile is having access to all the fields. Okay, so here you can see read access and edit access. In case if you want to remove any access, suppose say that this field, okay, system admin, this associate should not see this profile, I mean see this field. Why associate unnecessarily they can see this currency field? If you want to restrict, yes, you can restrict. You can remove this access. Just click on edit and you can just remove this access. Okay. So if you remove, it will come like this. Okay. So for now, I'm not doing anything, but just get to know it. And we'll go back to profile again. This is second thing, second section. And the next section, what we can do is, so like this here, whatever you are seeing, right? Just don't get confused by seeing this huge list. These are all standard uh, I mean standard objects given by Salesforce. From this, you can select any one object and you can change your field level security. Okay, field level security, in another words, okay, we can call it as FLS. FLS and field level security both are same. Okay, if your interviewer is mentioning as FLS, okay, that it indicates field level security. And next one, custom application settings. Okay, suppose say that I want to remove um, all the standard application access to this specific profile. I can remove it. Okay, where I can remove it, uh, there is a edit button here, right? You need to click this button and you need to remove that access. Okay, we can remove there. You can just remove and check it out. And the next one is tab settings. Okay, tab. We are accessing tabs, right? Okay, so in tab we have three options. One is default on, second one is default off, okay, third one is tab hidden. Okay, the difference between these three is default on means we can see the tab. Okay, for example, I'll just open any one application. We can see the tab and we can access. This is default on. Okay, default off. Okay, that means it will not be in this list. Okay, but if you want to access, you can access. For example, okay, you can see there is a tab called product. Okay, here it is not there, but if you search here, it's available here. You can able to access, right? This is default off. Okay, tab hidden means when you search here, here itself it will not come. That is tab hidden. Okay, these are the three types of tab access, tab settings are there. And next one is record type settings. So as you know, even record types, right? Um Page layouts are also we can control by using record types. Okay, in case if you want to do any changes, here you can see, right? We can change it. By default, trainer page will come. Okay, in case if you are changing it, account and record type, we can change it. Okay, if you want to do any modifications, click on edit. You will be directly taking to this page. Okay, suppose say that For this specific profile, I don't want to show the accountant layout. Okay, if that is the case, you can remove it. For this specific profile, I don't want to show accountant layout. Yeah, for because for accountant layout, we have given so many permissions, so many things we are given additionally when compared with trainer. Why unnecessarily associate wants to see that accountant informations? Okay, we can remove like this. Okay, you can save and check it out. And next one. Mhm. Next one is this is record type settings, right? Next one is administrative settings. Okay, what is this administrative settings? With this administrative settings, there are so many things we have. Okay, one major thing I'll tell you. Mostly we used to work with this. I'll just tell you some selected. Okay, you just read one by one. Okay, it would be easily understandable. I'll just tell you one second. I'm just searching for that option. Okay, so here you can see one option, right? For example, I'm telling this is called hide option to switch to Salesforce Classic. That means if you enable this, right? Here you can see there is one option called switch to Classic. So this will get disabled. This will not be appeared. Okay, like this, there are so many options, administrative permissions. If we want to change it, we can change it here. And next one, general user permissions. So general user permission, again, similar to that, there is one more option. Here, there is one option called remain in Salesforce Classic. Okay, that means, okay, um, one second. Suppose say that I'm in Classic now. Okay, so they will not get this option. Okay, so they cannot able to switch to Lightning because consider that this application we have designed some application in earlier days. Okay, that will support only Classic. So in that case, right, a user unnecessarily should not switch it to Lightning. So instead, we need to keep it in Classic. For that, we will use that option. This is one more option. So these kinds of settings will be there in the general user permissions. And the next one, you can see standard object permissions. So standard objects, as you know, all standard objects is there. So it deals with read, create, edit, delete. Okay, view all, modify all. So view all, modify all related to data administration. Okay, so you can ignore for now. So just concentrate on read, create, edit, delete. So for all objects, okay, because this is a system admin, okay, so by default we are having access to all the objects, okay, and even in candidates, okay, so these kinds of access we can keep or we can remove, okay, in this standard object permissions and then custom object permissions. This is basically related to object permissions. Next one, session settings. Okay, session settings. Okay, just by reading, you will get to know, right? So if you are not active for 2 hours, okay, this will get log out. Okay, this is some security level login. Okay, and next one is password policies. So password policies, as you know, there are how the password should be there, what is the maximum length of password, how many invalid attempts, and um, so password history. And then when, suppose if I create one password, for how many days it should be valid. Okay, after 90 days, it is mandatory that you have to reset your password. So this kind of policies, these inputs and all you will get it from clients. Okay, whatever I have told you till now in profile level, all those settings you will get it from client. You just need to configure it. Next one, login hours. Login hours deals with, okay, the timing of login. Suppose say that for this specific profile associate, I want to restrict the login. Okay. Unnecessarily, they should not log in on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay. So that I will not give any timings for Saturday and Sunday. Suppose say that they have to access from Monday morning 9 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. Okay. Similarly, I can give from Monday to Friday. Okay. Apart from that, if the associate profile is trying to log in with any time, okay, they cannot able to access this specific org only for that profile. Okay, whatever I'm talking, only for that specific profile. And mm, here one more option is login IP ranges. Okay, suppose say that my office node, that will I will get it from network peoples. My office node is like starting from some 100. Okay, so some IP. This is my starting IP of node which my org is using. From here to only till 200. Only 100 system is allocated for to work for my specific system. So okay, so those kind of configuration that we can do it here. So click on new. Okay, here you can enter your IP address, starting address, and then this end IP address. So within this specific range only we can access. Apart from that, any other IP we cannot access it. Okay, this is login IP ranges. And then, so here we have so many options, right? Enabled Apex classes, Visual Force pages, data. There are so many things. Okay, these are all will come like this will come into picture when we are working with development sessions. Okay, for now, if you are learning with till the IP ranges, that is sufficient. Mm, so once this IP ranges, if you practice, you can just explore till this. Okay, so I'll just take a small scenario. So these many options that we have it in the mm, profiles. Okay, so right now the scenario is I have created system admin. Okay, but still I have not done any restrictions. A simple restriction that I will do. Okay, I want to restrict contact object. Okay, I want to restrict contact object, mm, edit access. Okay, so this means the specific profile should have only read access. Okay, I want to provide only read access for this specific profile. I don't want to give any other access. Okay, that we will do it first. How we can do this one? We need to enable only edit access. Okay, so click on edit. Okay, just navigate to your objects. If you are if you are having difficulty to search this, okay, you can just press Ctrl F, search for contacts. Okay, you can find it. Okay, this is one way of searching. So here, when you are placing the cursor, you will get to know this is read access, this is create access, This is edit access and this is delete access like this. Okay. So I want to provide only read access for this specific profile. So I'll enable only read access. I have removed all other access. Okay. I just removed all other access and I'll just save it. Now this is done. Okay. So far in profiles, okay, um, there is a small change that we have completed. Okay. Now we need to test this profile, right? Whether it is working fine or not. Okay, instead of testing just with profile, what we can do, we'll just see the topic called user management. In that, we will test this profile also. Okay, so in user management, what we can do. So when you search with users, okay, here you can see there is an option called users, right? So go with this users option. And by default, when you are signing up with this Salesforce, right, you will get this one. So you know that uh, in the beginning of class, I have explained something with proper license, we will get only two licenses, right? So one licenses is already given here. We can create one more user, okay, and we'll assign that profile. Okay, if you want to create a new user, you need to select this new user, okay, and you can desire any name, whichever the name you want. For example, I'll desire some test user 2. Okay, so test user 2 at some email. Okay, and some passwords will be generated by the user when they get the email. So here I'll append something called test. Okay, so here you can see user license. Okay, and here you can see profiles. Okay, so your system admin profile is not here. Okay, you need to know one thing is when you're working with user, okay, you need to know two terms called user and profiles. Without this, right, you cannot create a user. Okay, suppose say that in your interviews, maybe sometimes you will get this question. I want to create a user without a profile. How to do it? Okay, but the option is we don't have any option. We need to select any profiles in order to create a user. Okay, so here this user license, okay, and profile both are dependent. This profile is actually dependent to user license. Okay, this profile is controlled by user license. Say that if I'm changing something, right, based on that this will get changed. If I select Salesforce, okay, then only I will get this one. Okay, so once you get this, we will talk about user licenses. Once we'll get this, click on save. Okay, so we got this user. Okay, the user setup is done. What we can do in users, majorly we work with users for these two option. One is as a admin, we can reset the password for other users and we can freeze the users. Okay, freeze the user means the user will be there in the system, but we just restricted the user to use the Salesforce org till we unfreeze. Okay, if you click freeze, it will change it to unfreeze. Till we
Only I have a quick question over here, like why is it as a profile is associated to particular Salesforce users license?
mm,
How it is matched mapping there, like for Salesforce and associate sales system
yeah,
admin.
I'll just come back to license part.
Okay.
So suppose say that if you click on freeze, okay, the moment the user cannot able to log in, and we need to unfreeze it, then only the user can able to log in. What others we can do is we can do so many things. Okay, the main thing which you need to know is here you can see user login history. Okay, and uh, this one, the logs will be maintained for 6 months. Okay, for 6 months, um, what is the URL that user is using? Okay, and where they are trying to access, we can see all those things. Okay, so for that we can use this option. And one more thing is, suppose say that I have a associate system admin profile. I want to test this as a uh, developer or admin, whether it is working or not properly, because we have removed some access, right? We will check whether it is working or not. Okay, so in order to check that, right, we have one option. If you check, there is an option called login access policies. Okay, so in login access policies, we have an option called, here you can see manage support options, and one is setting, one is support organization. And in setting you can see administrator can log in as any user. Okay, so that means as a system administrator, okay, if you enable this, you can log in as any user and you can test it out. Okay, this is login access policies. And here you can see one more option, right? Salesforce.com support available to users only. So if you enable this one, right, suppose say that my organization is having some issues, I couldn't able to do some operations due to some technical issues. On that time you need to contact Salesforce. They will ask you the organization ID, and also they will ask you to enable this option. If this option is enabled, right, Salesforce team can able to debug this entire org so that they can find our issues and they can provide the solution. Okay, so mainly for this we will use this login access policies, and we can save it. Once you change this, again go back to users, and here you can see, right, previously we don't have this option. You can see we won't be having this login button earlier. So the moment you enable that login access policy, we can able to log in. Okay, I have selected login now. Okay, we'll see what is happening. Okay, now you can see we have logged in as test user 2, right? Here it is clearly mentioned which user that we have currently logged in user. Okay, and here you can see we have access to contacts, right? We have access to contacts, and we'll click on all contacts. Yes, this user can able to read all the contacts. Okay, I'll open one contact. Okay, and there is no delete button for this, no delete button. There is no edit button for this specific user. Even if we do double click, we will get inline editing. Even we are not getting that option, right? So this is the way to test, um, like whether this user can able to, but internally we can test like this only, like for demo purpose. So if you know this one, okay, you really don't need to test it. You can directly just remove the access and you can proceed further. So this is just to test yourself. Okay, so far it's clear, right, how to login as a different user and how to test it. And again, if you click on logout, right, it will take you to the credential page. Again, you have to log in as admin. Okay, let me switch to Lightning. Okay, so next one we'll talk about license part. In license part, what we need to majorly know is we have so many things. Okay, don't take everything on your head. Just just some easy things what you need to remember that I'll tell you. Here you can see right under there is a option called company information. Okay, here you can see user licenses. So under user licenses, okay, here you can see there are so many licenses given by Salesforce. I told you right, maximum two users can able to use Salesforce. Okay, but it is not like that. You can use many users, but the proper Salesforce license is two. Okay, so Salesforce is actually designed this license part in such a way that, one second. So active license is two, and we have used two licenses, right? So Salesforce has actually designed in such a way that we can use the licenses like with some specific numbers. So in case, say that if you want additional licenses, you definitely need to contact Salesforce and you have to procure it. Okay, that is completely based on your um, client, however they are requesting for, we need to use like that. Okay, so here you can see the main license is Salesforce license, which will be having all the permissions. So even in real time, Salesforce license only we will be using, because there would be thousands of developers per project, right? All need Salesforce license. Okay, if they don't have Salesforce license, they cannot able to do any administration work. And one more license you need to know is platform license. Okay, what is the difference between this Salesforce and Salesforce platform license? If I'll just give this information, you will get to know like what exactly this. Okay, this is remaining license. Okay, so the difference between Salesforce and Salesforce platform is very simple. Um, Salesforce license will be having access to all the objects. For example, access I'll tell you. So it will be having access to all objects. Okay, in object level I'm telling. But this platform license, right? This will be having access to specific objects in standard objects I'm telling. For example, you will be having access to account. Okay, access to account, and then um, document. Okay, access to accounts, documents, and then like this, we will be having some five standard object access to Salesforce platform. Okay, suppose say that I'm assigning Salesforce platform license to a specific user. Okay, and I want to access contact object. No, you cannot. Okay, this is not possible. And one workaround, not workaround, one scenario I'll just tell you. The scenario is, say that I have some one, two, three. Consider that I have some 2K users in my system. Okay, in this R, I have 2K users. Okay, now say that I am going to include another some 10K users or another one 1K users I'm going to include. Okay, I'm going to include another 1,000 users. Okay, so for that specific 1,000 users, okay, the requirement is client is clearly explaining you for this specific 1,000 users, if they have only access to account object, it's fine. They don't need any other access. Okay. In that case, instead of choosing Salesforce license, if you choose Salesforce platform, that means Salesforce platform license is less expensive than Salesforce. Okay. So these kinds of scenarios, okay, we will be restricting the like the security will starts from license itself, right? So for example, if you take Salesforce, they can access all the objects. If you take Salesforce platform, they have only limited access. Okay, so the security will starts from license part itself, right? And not only that, if you take, there are so many license. Okay, you can ignore all those things, and here you can see there are 5,000 licenses given, right? Total licenses 5,000, free 5,000 license given, and one is used. Okay, remaining we have 4,999. Okay, why this many huge license they are given for the profile called, license called chatter free. Okay, so I'll just give a small hint on chatter free. Nowadays we are not using, but still some companies are using. Okay, chatter free, it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful object or tool, you can call it as anything. Okay, it's a powerful tool. Okay, um, as you know that we have social network like Facebook or Twitter, like where we can have a network with everyone, like where we can connect it with everyone. Similar way we can have a internal network with this chatter application. Okay, so for this specific application, right, they don't won't be having access to any objects. They will be having only access to chatter object. With the help of chatter object, what they will do is they can do so many activities like this, like for example, they can um, post some informations in the chatter. Okay, or they can share some file. Okay, like this kind of, they can share some files to groups, they can create groups. Okay, they can create a network kind of thing within a organization. They can create a network and they can communicate with them. So you have a Salesforce org with the two active Salesforce members, and then three only the person who can able to access account. Okay, and apart from that, if you want to create some 5,000 users within your organization, you can create it, but they cannot able to access anything in the org. Okay, they will get, I'll just show you that application also. Here you can see, right, Salesforce Chatter application. They will get only access to this. Okay, here you can see they don't have access to any accounts, contacts, objects. They don't have any other access. Okay, they can post, they can poll, they can just conduct any polls, they can ask any questions, and they can connect with users. Okay, they can connect with groups, they can handle files. Okay, only these many activities that they can do. So license is basically uh, starts with the access level in the object itself, like in the beginning of the access level itself, where the license part is coming into picture. Okay, so how licenses restricting the users on profiles, that is completely up to Salesforce. Okay, standard profiles. Okay, one second, we'll go to users. So these are all standard license. Okay, by default Salesforce decided for chatter free we should have only this. Okay, uh, for other license, like for if I choose Salesforce platform, okay, I should have only standard user. So like this, these are the standard one. We don't have control on this. If you want to create, you can create the customized one. So how we can create it like this, right? For example, we don't have Salesforce here because we already consumed two license. So however, we have consumed the license for this, okay, Salesforce. So in a similar way, if you click on this Salesforce license, you can see all other, okay. So this is how it can be controlled. So hope this is clear, right? What we can do is practice till the profile and user management. We will just extend this session for tomorrow. Okay, like tomorrow we will just continue with this session, but for now just practice with this. In case if you get any questions, just make a note of it. We can discuss it.